south side, where the L train rumbled overhead and corner stores glowed with neon, Brandon held court with his crew. His circle, his ride-or-dies, ruled their block on 63rd Street. There was Malik, the basketball star with NBA dreams, Keisha, the poet who scribbled verses on napkins, and Diego, the tech whiz who hacked game consoles for fun. They called their hangout spot the Corner, a patch of sidewalk by a mural of jazz legends, where they traded jokes, plans, and secrets. Brandon wasn't rich or flashy, but he had charm, a smile that disarmed, and a knack for keeping the peace. His mom worked double shifts to keep their apartment. His dad, Brandon's dad, was a ghost, leaving only a worn Bulls jersey Brandon wore like armor. The Corner was his home, his crew, his family. One chilly September evening, as the group chilled by the mural, a new kid appeared. Caleb stood across the street, hands in his hoodie, watching them. His kicks were fresh, his vibe guarded. Malik nudged Brandon. "Who's that? Look like he don't belong." Image Keisha, scribbling in her notebook, murmured, "He's got a story. You can tell." Diego, tweaking a drone he'd built, stayed quiet. Brandon felt a spark of curiosity. In his circle, outsiders were rare. But this kid intrigued him. The next day, Caleb was back, leaning against a bodega wall. Brandon, grabbing chips, caught his eye. Caleb nodded, wary. Brandon nodded back. "You knew?" Brandon asked, tossing his empty soda can into a trash bin. Caleb straightened. "Yeah, I'm Caleb. Moved from Atlanta. My pops, Caleb's dad, got a job at some tech firm downtown." Brandon eyed him. Caleb's accent was southern, his posture defensive. "I'm Brandon. That's my crew over there." He pointed to the corner, where Malik was dribbling a basketball, Keisha laughing. Caleb glanced over. "Looks tight." "It is. We got each other's backs." Brandon paused. "You play ball?" Caleb grinned. "I hold my own." They hit the nearby court, where Malik tested Caleb with a crossover. Caleb didn't flinch, sinking a jumper. The crew joined, and Caleb kept up, but he stayed quiet, like he was holding back. Malik whispered to Brandon, "He cool, but he ain't us." Brandon shrugged. "Give him a minute." That night, in his cramped bedroom, Brandon stared at the ceiling, city sirens wailing outside. Caleb was different, but not bad. In his circle, loyalty was everything. He wondered what Caleb was hiding. Brandon wanted to fit in, not just with his crew but with the whole school. At Englewood High, status mattered. The popular kids, led by TJ, ruled the halls. Brandon wasn't poor, but his mom's budget didn't stretch to designer gear. So he started small lies. Brandon's dad was a music producer in LA, his family owned a condo downtown. The lies grew, and TJ's crew ate it up. One day, TJ cornered Brandon after school. "Yo, why you never invite us to your crib?" "Scared we'll see it ain't all that." Brandon laughed it off. "Nah, my mom's strict. Gotta ask her first." Malik, overhearing, frowned. "Why you frontin'? You don't need them." Brandon brushed it off. "It's just talk, man." But the lies weighed on him. Caleb, now hanging with the crew, noticed. At the corner, he asked, "Why you tell TJ your dad's some hotshot? Ain't you good as you are?" Brandon tensed. "Mind your business, Caleb." Keisha, writing nearby, looked up. "Truth's better. Lies catch up." Brandon ignored them, but doubt crept in. His circle was solid, but TJ's approval felt like a drug. The trouble started at a school talent show. Brandon, hyped by TJ's crew, bragged he'd perform a rap about his lavish life. On stage, his rhymes about penthouses and private jets drew cheers, But Malik, Keisha, and Diego didn't clap. Caleb, in the back, shook his head. Afterward, TJ slapped Brandon's shoulder. "That's my boy. When we hit in your condo..." Brandon froze. Soon. I'll let you know." Malik pulled him aside. "You trippin'. You don't live like that. Why you actin'?" Brandon snapped. "Why you hattin'? I'm just having fun." Keisha stepped in. "Fun? You're lying to everybody. Even us." Diego, quiet till now, said, "You're better than this, man." Caleb stayed silent, but his look said enough. Brandon felt his circle splintering. That night, Brandon's mom saw him sulking. "What's wrong, baby?" He sighed. "Messed up with my friends." She hugged him. "Be real." That's all they need. The lies collapsed at a block party on the corner. TJ and his crew showed up, expecting Brandon's condo to be nearby. When Brandon dodged their questions, TJ got loud. "This dude's a fraud. Bet he lives in some raggedy apartment." The crowd laughed. Malik stepped up. "Chill. You don't know him. T.J. sneered. "And you do. He's been lying to y'all too." Brandon's chest tightened. Before he could speak, Caleb intervened. "Enough. Brandon is realer than you'll ever be." TJ shoved Caleb. A fight broke out, fists flying. Brandon pulled Caleb back, but the damage was done. His crew walked away, leaving him alone with the crowd's whispers. At home, Brandon's mom found Brandon staring out the window. "You okay?" He shook his head. "I lied, Ma. About Brandon's dad, about us. Now my friends hate me." She sighed. "You gotta own it, son. Truth hurts, but it heals." The next day, Brandon called his crew to the corner. Malik, Keisha, Diego, and Caleb showed, but their faces were hard. Brandon took a deep breath. "I messed up," he started. "I lied about Brandon's dad, about money, all of it. I thought I had to be somebody else." Malik crossed his arms. "Why'd you do it?" Brandon looked down. "I was scared. Scared y'all wouldn't think I was enough." Keisha softened. "You're enough, dummy. Always were." Diego nodded. "Just don't lie again." Caleb spoke last. "I lied too, back in Atlanta. Trying to be someone I wasn't. I get it. But you gotta keep it real." Malik grinned. "Alright, you're still on probation, though." They laughed, the tension easing. Brandon felt lighter, like Chicago's wind had swept his shame away. Weeks later, Brandon walked to school with his crew, Caleb now a full member. TJ's crew still talked smack, but Brandon didn't care. He'd apologized to his classmates, even helped clean up after a school event, earning respect. One day, Keisha read a poem at the corner about truth and friendship. Malik dunked on Diego in a pickup game. Caleb showed off a new drone trick. Brandon watched, grinning. His circle wasn't perfect, but it was real. At home, Brandon's mom got a new job as a store manager, easing their money woes. Brandon hugged her. "I'm proud of you, Ma." She smiled. "I'm proud of you, too. You found your way." In his circle, Brandon learned that truth wasn't just words, it was trust, built day by day on the corner.